All right, we're into lesson 12, the last new lesson of unit 6. So, since there are no new lesson notes again, let's get right into the examples. So, here we're just going to find different angles of rotation. So, find the angle of rotation. The key is in radians, traced by the following. So, number one is 10 a.m. to 10:15 a.m., the minute hand. So on the clock at 10 a.m., the minute hand is going to be up, okay? And at 10:15, the minute hand's going to be towards the 3. So going from 10 a.m. to 10:15 a.m., we want to know what that angle of rotation is. That's obviously going to be a 90-degree angle, okay? The question is it positive or negative? We know that a clockwise rotation, if we look back at our notes from lesson 7, a clockwise rotation means a negative angle. So, for number 1 in degrees, number 1, the answer would be negative 90 degrees, okay? So what I'm going to do, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to answer all these questions in degrees and then convert them to radians at the end. So number 1 in degrees is negative 90. Okay, so that's the answer to number 1. Okay, number 2, we're going from 10:35 to 11:15. So at 10:35. And are we doing minute hand? Yes. At 10:35, the minute hand is going to be at the 7. And at 11:15, we're going to be at the 3 again. So we're looking for this angle right here. Looking for that whole angle right here. Okay? So we have to figure out how many spots that is. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spots on the map. So it's 8 spots on the clock. Now we figured out the other day that each spot on the clock is worth 30 degrees. So 8 spots times 30 degrees, that's going to be 240 degrees, but it's going to be a negative 240 degrees because of the clockwise rotation. All right, so again, number 2 in degrees is going to be negative 240. All right, let's move on to number 3. Okay. Number 3, we're going from 1:20 to 1:35, 1:20 p.m. to 1:35 p.m., the minute hand. So at 1:20, 20 minutes after the hour, that's going to be here, the minute hand. And 1:35 is going to be here, okay, the minute hand. So now we're going 1, 2, 3 spots at 30 degrees per spot. That's going to be 90 degrees again. So in this case, it'll be negative 90 degrees because of the clockwise rotation. So there's number 3. Number 4, we're going from 2 p.m. to 4:15 p.m., but we're doing the minute hand. So 2 p.m. At 2 p.m., the minute hand is at the 12, and at 4 p.m., at 4:15 p.m., the minute hand is going to be at 3. But to go from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., that's 2 hours and 15 minutes. So that means it goes around the circle. It goes around the circle once. That's the first hour. Then it goes around the circle a second time. That's the second hour. And then, so that's the 2 hours. And then the 15 minutes would be going from 12 to 3. So it's making 2 complete revolutions plus 15 minutes. So we already know that this angle right here is 90 degrees. So to figure out the entire angle, it's going to be 360 plus 360 plus 90 degrees. So that's going to be, I use the calculator on my phone. That's 810 degrees total. So this is going to be negative, let me use a different color here. This is going to be negative 810 degrees. Okay. Number 5, we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going from 3 a.m. to 11 a.m., but now we're looking at the hour hand. So the hour hand, let me first erase this part first. So at 3 a.m., where is the hour hand pointing towards? Not the minute hand. So at 3 a.m., the hour hand is pointed towards the 3. That's why it's called the hour hand. And at 11 a.m., it's going to be pointed towards the 11. So between 3 a.m. to 11 a.m., it goes from 3 to 11. So how many spots is that? It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it goes 8 spots times 30 degrees per spot. 8 spots times 30 degrees per spot is 240. But again, it's got to be negative 240 because of the clockwise rotation. So I have now gone ahead and answered every question in degrees. Now all I have to do is go through and convert all of these to radians. Okay, so to do that, in case you forgot, I'm going to use my calculator here. Okay, and if you lost the link, again, the link is in the lesson notes from lesson 9. Okay, so we're first going to convert negative 90 degrees to radians. So negative 90 degrees to radians is going to be negative 1/2 pi, or negative pi over 2. So negative pi over 2. And that's also going to be the answer to number 3, negative pi over 2. Next, we have negative 240 degrees. So now I'm going to convert negative 240 degrees to radians. That's going to be negative 4 pi over 3. So this will be negative 4 pi over 3. This will also be negative 4 pi over 3. And then the only other one we have to convert is negative 810. So convert negative 810 degrees to radians, and that is negative 9 pi over 2. So negative 9 pi over 2. So those are your answers to all of the questions in our examples. And that is it for lesson 12.